Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to those of you who have been following the series, either in person or by watching the replays. And a warm welcome if it's your first time joining. This is Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers, and I'm William Craig III, a professional career coach. And I have a clear mission for this series to help you move beyond overwhelm and into action. The fact is, people who put out resources with hundreds of AI prompts are well meaning, but too many prompts can actually be paralyzing. So instead, I've focused on giving you just one powerful, practical prompt each day. The goal? To help you run your job search or job campaign with clarity, confidence, and strategy using AI as your assistant, not your replacement. From the very beginning, we've laid the foundation for using AI tools to save time, uncover hidden opportunities, and improve every step of your job search. And today, as always, we're building on that momentum. So if you've missed any of the segments, feel free to visit. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a link in the chat here, a link in the chat so you can see. Let me make sure the chat is available to everyone. It is. And here we go, link in the chat. And so that you can see the replays. And of course, you can always go to my LinkedIn profile or message me and let me know that you'd like to see the replays if for whatever reason you cannot find them. So let's go on over here to our handy dandy Chat GPT tab. And that's on screen 3 today. All righty. And so we're going to be building on everything that we've done so far. Again, at the end, I will share the link to this particular Chat GPT session. And as you can see, let's just make this a little bit larger. So we've already put Mary Mac's resume in here, and Chat knows who she is, what she's all about. She's an accounts payable, accounts receivable professional, and she's been looking at some interesting things to do as it relates to the next iteration of her career. So today, here are three industries that intrigue Mary: healthcare, renewable energy, and business services. Why did I pick these three, you ask? Because these are three that are doing very well in spite of the economic climate that we're in. Okay, so healthcare, renewable energy, and business services. Identify one values aligned company in each in the Washington, DC metro area with a one sentence as to, well, we can just say with one sentence as to why it is a good fit for Mary. All righty, so let's take a look here and see what it comes up with. And it's searching the web. All righty, here are three values aligned companies in the Washington, D.C. metro area, one in each industry Mary is intrigued by, with a clear reason why each would be a great fit. Now, here's the other thing that I find: not only did we choose companies that are doing well in this economic climate, but notice that I included values aligned. What does that mean? That means companies that align with who Mary is. And you may remember from the very start, we started out with having Mary have some goals, 5-year goals, as well as her own personal mission statement. And so we want to find that company or those companies that line up with who she is and who she wants to be. I mean, have you ever been in a situation where you worked at a company and you felt like, gosh, this is just not a good fit? They want to go left and I want to go right. Never forget, I worked for a very small company once, and I had all these great ideas. I got there, got comfortable with the position and with the company, and I said, "Oh man, it'd be great if we could do this, and if we could do that, and if we could do this." And guess what? My manager did not want to hear new ideas. Okay. He was not interested in new ideas. He was interested in put your head down, do your work, and that was it. So eventually, guess what? I realized that that wasn't a great fit for me, and I left. But other side of that story is when he got ready to retire, he actually reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to buy the company. How about that? All righty. So let's take a look at what ChatGPT came up with for Mary. So in the healthcare field, Unity Healthcare, a mission-driven community health center that provides compassionate, accessible care to underserved populations, aligning perfectly with Mary's desire to help others and bring order and dignity to critical operations. And it's providing us with the sources where it's getting this information: renewable energy. Smart Energy DC is a company that local clean energy provider committed to 100% renewable power for DC customers, offering Mary an opportunity to apply her organizational skills to systems that power environmental impact and community empowerment. And again, here is the company website. Now, let me just tell you just a little history with regards to DC. The current mayor of DC has set a goal for 50% renewable energy by 2050. So that's why renewable energy is a good sector for this particular metropolitan area. May not be the same in all metropolitan areas, but for this one, it is. All righty. And then business services is the final area. DP Solutions, a culture first consultancy grounded in integrity, collaboration, and innovation, offering Mary a platform to organize complex projects, serve clients, and work independently in a team-oriented environment. And it provides the source here, DP Solutions. And so it says each of these organizations mirrors Mary's values: creativity, helping others, structured execution, and autonomy. I mean, first, let me just stop right there for a minute. So you see how it pulled out her values from who she is as a professional. And it's saying, here are the things that these companies align with. I mean, gosh, I wish I had this when I was 18, right? To to not make that mistake and step on those landmines called companies or job opportunities that blew me away. But again, this is the beauty of what AI can do to help us. And this one prompt, it can be life changing. So let's go on. So it's tuned into all of these values of Mary's while offering a pathway into industries she's passionate about. Would you like me to find current job openings or direct contacts of any of these at any of these companies? Now, I've told it before. I'm going to remind it again. And so we're going to say yes. And please update your memory to always, I want to put it in all caps, but I won't yell at it, to always include current job openings and direct contacts whenever providing, oops, um, job leads. Alrighty, and it should give me a little message. Okay, here are values aligned companies in the Washington, D.C. metro area, each with a current job opening and direct contact application details to support Mary's interest, plus the updated memory reminder. Alrighty, so healthcare, we got Unity Healthcare. They're located over there in the Navy Yard. The role is program manager for chronic care. It's a fit because it helps Mary bring her organization and independent follow through to serve vulnerable populations through structured healthcare initiatives. And here it is, can be found on LinkedIn or easily apply via Indeed. Uh, Pick the Navy Yard location or Unity's career page. And that's, of course, what I would suggest going to Unity's career page. And then general inquiries to the DC HR team. Here is the phone number. This is at their headquarters. So very good. Renewable energy, Solar United Neighbors. Ah, look at that. They a nice play on sun, Solar United Neighbors. Okay, operations associate would be the role. It's an on-site position, supports clean energy access while letting Mary manage systems and workflows independently. Perfect blend of structure and purpose. Apply via Indeed listing for Sun's operations associate role. Email applications to jobs@sun.org. And that's per their career portal. And again, that's what we would suggest. And then business services, DP Solutions, service desk technician, why it fits lets Mary use her people-oriented communication and organizational gifts to solve problems and delight clients daily. And it's through DP Solutions career page and their phone number. I'll always include current job openings with direct contact information, phone numbers, emails, office locations, alongside values, rationale, in every recommendation going forward. Great. So would you like help drafting outreach emails? No, but what I would like to know is, no, but are there AR/AP, oops, AR/AP roles at any of these? And let's put in open, oops, I'm sorry, I put that in here, the wrong place. Are there any open AR/AP roles at any of these companies? If not, please regenerate and locate 3 companies. I said I was going to use the microphone next time. Companies that fit the same criteria, but are currently hiring for these roles. All right, so let's see. No, but are there any open ARAP roles at any of these companies? If not, please regenerate and locate 3 companies that fit the same criteria, but are currently open hiring for these roles. All righty. Because what it was doing was it was giving us opportunities because Mary said she was interested in 3 different industries. And while that's cool, at the same time, maybe she's still interested in being an accounts receivable, accounts payable professional. Follow me? So this way, she doesn't necessarily have to look for something that she's transitioning to. So here's a company called Ashoka, and its global AR AP manager located in Arlington, Virginia. Why it fits: a global nonprofit focused on social innovation, perfect for Mary's desire to serve others while leveraging her financial expertise. And then we've got some LinkedIn listings here: how to apply via LinkedIn, global AR and AP manager job listing, and then contact LinkedIn recruiter, contact available through job posting. Okay, that's pretty cool to know. And then Unity Healthcare, Senior General Ledger Accountant. Why it fits: a mission-driven healthcare nonprofit where Mary can use her accounts receivable, accounts payable skills to support essential care systems. How to apply: again, via LinkedIn, Senior General Ledger Accountant job posting, and Unity HR's office, HR folks. Then the Brookings Institution, accounts payable and procurement coordinator. It's a hybrid position. Why it fits: respected think tank offering structured work and autonomy. Mary's organizational strengths would shine. How to apply: and it gives the job ID listed on LinkedIn. And you could always call the Brookings HR main line or use the Indeed applicant portal. So then it gives us the nice summary table, which it has been doing, gives us the company, gives us the roles, tells us how to apply, and then the contact information to apply. And then uh, memory note: all future AR/AP job recommendations will include current job openings, et cetera, et cetera. Would you like assistance drafting targeted outreach emails, updating Mary's resume for these roles, or prepping for her interviews? So, okay, wow. So that was a lot that we got out of one prompt. And then, of course, I gave it another prompt just to say, hey, these are good as it relates to the industries, but what if Mary doesn't want to switch roles? She wants to stay in the role that she's in. So let me open up the chat here and see if you all have any suggestions for what we might want to ask chat next, just based on what we have done today. So again, what did we do? We started with a simple prompt that said, here we go. Let's get up to it. Here, okay. Here are 3 industries that intrigue Mary: healthcare, renewable energy, and business services. Again, uh, identify one values aligned company in each in the Washington, D.C. metro area with one sentence as to why it is a good fit for Mary. And these, as I mentioned earlier, are industries that are doing well in this economic climate that we're in the Washington, D.C. area, which is why it provided us, excuse me, with the results that we received. And so while it gave me some companies, the positions were positions that Mary would have to pivot to, transition to different roles than she's held in the past. And we've already seen it give us an understanding of how to align the transferable skills to new roles. But in this case, I said, hey, let's look at open accounts receivable, accounts payable roles at these companies, and it gave us that in a great chat. So let me let's see. Did I put this? I posted. It looks like I posted this in the chat already. So if you want to take a look at the replays, I just put the link uh, in the chat for you. I will also put the link to this newest session in the chat once we get ready to get out of here. But so I don't see anything in the chat. So there's nothing that intrigues you all, nothing that you're interested in knowing about that we would ask chat to do as it relates to Mary's interest in working in these new industries. Nothing? Okay. Given the solar part nonprofit, would chat be able to help with companies that are not at risk of funding cuts? Well, okay, again, that's why I mentioned in the DC area, that's not really an issue because the current mayor of DC has a goal for the District of Columbia to be using 50% renewable energy by 2050. So that's part of their budget in Washington, D.C. Of course, that may be different in other areas, but in Washington, D.C. proper, that's their goal to have 50% sustainable energy by 2050. So, how about compensation comparison? Okay, so that's a good one. Let's try that. All righty. So, please provide Mary with a, oops, as she considers each of these opportunities. Please create a table to show your results. All right. So let's see. Please provide Mary with a comparison of compensation as she considers each of these opportunities. Please create a table to show your results. All righty. So let's take a look at that. Here's a comparison table of compensation for the three AR/AP opportunities Mary is considering. These ranges are gathered from publicly available salary data. All right, so here we go. So the position at Ashoka, 68 to 115K, and it tells us the source for Unity Healthcare, 104 to 117, Unity's listing on LinkedIn, verified by salary postings. And then Brookings Institution, 55 to 65K, Brookings Indeed slash Glassdoor listing. So considerable difference. So these two pretty much in the same ballpark, if you will. But this one, gosh, the top is not even at the baseline or the bottom for the other two. And true, this is a procurement coordinator versus a senior general ledger accountant or a global ARAP manager. But it just goes to show the difference. So great. Shout out to Jay Richardson for that prompt suggestion. Whoop whoop. Um, and so again, and what does this say again? These are the kinds of prompts that you want to use to get the information to help save you. Look at this. We're only 21 minutes into this, probably a little less, 20 and some change. And look at all the information we found out versus think about how much time you spend when you see a job posting and you're going to try to find results about the company. And again, most of the time we're not even thinking about, does that company align with our values? And if it does, if we're just doing, Indeed or LinkedIn searches, we're not going to be able to get that information. Even if you're doing a Google search, you're not going to be able to get that information. This is the value of utilizing ChatGPT or any one of the other tools, AI tools in your job search to help you to ferret out this information as quickly as possible so that you know either A, hey, I got something here, or B, I need to move on. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Would you put a 5 in the chat for me and let me know that makes sense to you? Because it certainly makes sense to me. And I was telling someone the other day, thank you so much. The only thing we cannot get is time, more time. Can't get time back. Once time has been expended, it's gone, right? So we can get more money, but we can't get more time. So we want to use our time as wisely as possible. Okay, so any other prompts that you guys or ideas that you have that you'd like to see me explore with chat today as it relates to this Mary Mac uh, chat prompt that we put in. So we've looked at AR roles, we've looked at, well, we looked at AR roles in specific types of industries, we looked at different industries, and at the same time, again, we've done a lot with Mary to help really round out her job search. So, all righty. Let's see here. So, what's one other thing that we could do based on our search? And uh, okay, comparison of the salaries. Oh, let's see here what this means for Mary. We didn't read this, forgive me. The Brookings role is solid entry, senior level, and aligns well if she values structured coordination work. Unity Healthcare offers a strong mid to senior range, ideal if she's leveraging her full AR, AP, and ledger expertise in a mission-driven setting. And Ashoka provides the broadest range with higher upside, likely reflecting his global scope and leadership expectations. So here's what I am going to ask it to do based on the goals we set for Mary some time ago. How do these companies compare with her 5-year plan? And are there others that might be a better fit? Alrighty, so if you have been following along with me, you remember that we set some goals for Mary and 5-year goals, right? And so my question now is, based on the goals we set for Mary some time ago, how do these companies, okay, compare with her 5-year plan? And are there others that might be a better fit? All righty. Excellent question. And a smart move to assess these opportunities against Mary's long-term goals. Based on the 5-year career roadmap we created for Mary, here's how each company stacks up, followed by a few additional organizations that may be a stronger match. So here, if you don't remember, Mary's 5-year goals to secure a permanent senior level ARAP role, expand into financial operations or accounting management, transition into a remote or hybrid financial role, build leadership skills and cross-functional collaboration, and align work with values, helping others, being organized, working independently, using creativity. All right, so look at this. So we got the company, we got the 5-year goal fit, and then a rating. The check mark means it meets her goals, and the triangle means it's a partial match. So with Ashoka, the global mission-driven org with hybrid potential offers scope for leadership strategy. We've got 4 meets, and so it's basically giving us a scale of 1 to 5. So we've got 4 yeses and then 1 partial. Strong alignment for growth, partial for remote work. With Unity Healthcare, high impact healthcare organization, great for operations leadership and values alignment. We've got 5 out of 5. Oh my goodness. Best overall fit for purpose, compensation, and growth. And then Brookings Institution, highly respected, structured organization, great for process work, but more support level. So we got 2 for a good fit and then 3 for a partial fit. Stable, and for some people, hey, stable is good, right? Stable, but limited advancement in AP coordination. This is so cool. I'm so glad I thought about this because this is a prompt that you can try as well once you have taken your resume, popped it in, going through the various prompts that we have used. You can come to this one and get some results. So Unity Healthcare hits nearly every target, mission, alignment, senior level responsibilities, strong pay, and room to grow into operations or finance leadership. Other organizations that may be a better long-term fit, Children's National Hospital. It is world-renowned, combines healthcare, financial complexity, and community impact. Current openings, hiring AP analysts and senior account roles. World Wild World Wildlife Fund, global nonprofit with strong remote hybrid ops, deeply mission focused, currently hiring for financial operations manager. It's a remote position. And then the Nature Conservancy, renowned for operations excellence, remote and hybrid options, people focused. They're hiring for a senior accounts receivable specialist, which is remote eligible. Key takeaway: if Mary's primary goal is values plus advancement, Unity Healthcare is the standout. If she seeks global exposure and hybrid flexibility, Ashoka is a strong second. For pure structure and stability, that hard word there, stability, Brookings is solid, but she may outgrow it quickly. And then organizations like the World Wildlife Fund or the Nature Conservancy might offer more remote flexibility and long-term career development with purpose. Would you like help identifying current listings at these or drafting outreach messages to explore those organizations directly? And of course, we would say yes, help us identify current listings, which in my opinion, it should have given us anyway, but hey, it's AI, and I would just simply remind it to update its memory once again. I hope this has been beneficial to you. Thanks for the fives, everybody. Again, I've just found these tools to be so powerful, and I hope that you're finding benefit in the time that we're spending together. So until tomorrow, stay safe in all you do, and I look to see you right here, same bat time, same bat channel. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Bye-bye now.